Are here, I need to recognize them, Mr. President. The honorable presiding members and the assembly members. Mr. President, again, before I start, I need to also recognize the presence of members of parliament from both sides of the political divide, and they are led ably by the Greater Accra Parliamentary Caucus Chair, Honorable Nielante Vanderpoy, Parliamentary Select Committee on Local Governments and other select committees are also present. I wish to welcome you all to the second day of the tour of His Excellency the President in the Greater Accra region and the launch of Operation Clean Your Frontage program of the Greater Accra Regional Coordinating Council. Mr. President, I recall vividly when you invited me to the Jubilee House to inform me about your decision to appoint me as the Greater Accra Regional Minister. Mr. President, now that you've let the cat out of the bag, I want to say, do me and work small. The President, yesterday you said it so. But then you charged me, among other things, to make Accra work. Your charge has since then been my guiding principle, and this has been reinforced by your declaration at Manchagbona to make Accra the cleanest city in the sub-region. Since then, I have sought to walk the talk of His Excellency the President to make Accra the cleanest city in Africa. Thus, my call to duty to do only that. I have crafted this call under the overriding theme, let's make Greater Accra work. Your Excellency, I have since then met all the major stakeholders to discuss this agenda and to seek their inputs as I seek to fine-tune the main issues. Some of the major stakeholders that have engaged are the Greater Accra members of the Parliamentary Caucus across the political divide, including the leadership of major political parties. 2, members of the Council of State representing the region, former Greater Accra regional ministers and mayors, all MMDCs and assembly members, a leadership of all transport unions and associations, market queens and opinion leaders, Scrap Dealers Association, Agbogloshi traders, tricycle and motor riders. Ladies and gentlemen, the major pillars underpinning this agenda are: 1, security. This is mainly about tackling the problems of the land guards and the double sale of lands. We will collaborate with various stakeholders to drastically reduce the menace to allow persons enjoy their investments and the sweat of their labor. Secondly, health. We acknowledge that Accra is the epicenter of the dreaded COVID-19 pandemic. Stringent efforts are underway in collaboration with health authorities to stem the spread. The Regional Coordinating Council is also helping to locate suitable lands for the region's share of Agenda 111. Thirdly, chieftaincy. The prevalence of chieftaincy disputes in the various traditional councils is nothing to be proud of. Various initiatives are underway to resolve these. With the recent peaceful swearing-in of the Gaman chair as the president of the Ghana Traditional Council, we are making progress. In discipline, law and order, and that's why we're doing some of the decongestions. There's a war against indiscipline. The Regional Coordinating Council is committed to ensuring law and order in all sectors of the region. Indiscipline amongst our residents is not the best. It permeates all areas in Accra. Irresponsible driving, siting of structures on roads and waterways, wrong establishment of lorry stations, abandonment of vehicles on roads, trading on roads and highways, trading on the median of ceremonial roads, selling on footbridges and streets, etc. Then comes sanitation. The indiscriminate dumping of refuse is an eyesore which has health implications. Our drains are full of rubbish from deliberate dumping, especially during rainfall. The rubbish is made up mainly of plastic items. All these 5 pillars are intertwined. They also have human behavior which requires attitudinal change to ensure sustainability. This also requires time for education and sensitization. We are also mindful of the fact that things should be handled delicately to promote investments, business, and trading. Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, we have successfully relocated the bulk onion sellers from Agbogloshi to Ajenkotoku. The onion sellers themselves attest to the facts that they are now at a better place with improved facilities, courtesy of His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana. The former Agbogloshi area is available to governments to use to establish more socially beneficial projects, including a hospital under Agenda 111. This is phase 1 of the decongestion of Agbogloshi area. Phase 2 will involve moving the bulk yam and tomato sellers. Phase 3 will involve moving, in quotes, what we know as Sodom and Gomorrah settlers. We intend to move all bulk breaking businesses to other places within and outside the CBD. As part of fulfilling the requests by Bosokan Spare Part Dealers Association, the RCC is engaging the association to relocate to Afienya under the industrial enclave and urban renewable projects. And on behalf of the association, the RCC, through the Lands Commission, has requested for the allocation of 1,000 acres of land, which will be developed into an automobile hub. Going forward then, automobile services and other marketing value chain will be restricted to the automobile hub. We have cleared traders on the streets along the Medina Zongo Junction to ensure free flow of traffic and urban mobility. We have also saved lives by assisting pedestrians to utilize the overheads. We have also cleared traders from the median along the Kwame Nkrumah Avenue to facilitate greening of the median and enhance flow of traffic. We have cleared scrap dealers from the back of Baye Manco store to reduce silting on the major odor drains and allow MS Dredge Masters to carry on with their work. We have moved the computer waste dealers from Agbogloshi Enclave. It will be recorded that their concentration earned Ghana the enviable accolade in Wikipedia as the dirtiest and most toxic enclave in the world. I would like to take this opportunity to call on the relevant agencies to take steps to apply to Wikipedia to revise the notes on Agbogloshi. Mr. President, it is not by accident that Accra has not suffered any serious flooding, even though the recent heavy downpours, but it is rather by the cumulative effects of deliberate interventions led by your good self. The next major intervention that we plan to tackle is in the area of sanitation, which we have christened, ladies and gentlemen, that Mr. President will very soon outdoor Operation Clean Your Frontage. It is said that cleanliness is next to godliness. Statistics also shows that Ghanaians are largely educated, exposed, and mainly religious. Hence, cleanliness should not pose much challenge to the majority of Ghanaians at all. Again, considering that sanitation and cleanliness is related to health, it is imperative that this is tackled with all the seriousness to resolve various health challenges. It is in this vein that the Regional Coordinating Council is launching being assisted by the President of the Republic of Ghana to launch the Operation Clean Your Frontage agenda. The necessary bylaws, Mr. President, have been passed by all the 29 MMDAs. And Mr. President, I must put on record that during the consultations and engagements, all the 34 parliamentary or members of parliament of the Greater Accra region once again sat through and looked at the clauses one by one. This is a matter of Greater Accra, Ga Adnangbe. There is no politics in this. The Regional Coordinating Council has proved them, and the bylaws have duly been gazetted. The gravamen of the bylaw is that every house owner, respectfully, Mr. President, I repeat, every house owner, occupier, trader, a business and institutions has a responsibility to ensure that the frontage of their premises are indeed, their immediate surroundings are clean. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in the process of recruiting over 3,500 youth, and Mr. President, just a few are what you see before you, who will be undergoing training to form the city response team, just like in the city guards, to help in the implementation and policing of the agenda. Indeed, all members of team have been drawn and deployed from the various MMDAs. Thus, the RCC is generating employment for the teeming youth of Ghana. These officers will be trained and properly structured under the supervisors who will be retired military officers. They will be given the required resources to deliver, and we expect them to exhibit normal military discipline in all their activities. The city response team will police every vicinity and major intersections in Accra. Distinguished invited guests, we are putting up concrete waste bins along all major roads in the city. We are piloting this along major roads in the city, starting from Ayimensa to Novotel and KIPC to the Independence Square. All the bins will be lined, and sanitation service providers are expected to regularly dislodge the bins. Messiah's Zoom Lion is collaborating with the RCC together with other waste management companies to provide these bins. They will also provide 58, the President, you saw some of them, compactors, for which every MMDA gets at least one. The more populated and expansive ones will get more. Messiah Zoom Lion will provide over 1,000 containerized tricycles for all MMDAs. All the tricycles will be registered by DVLA, given special identification numbers, embossed with a logo of the relevant MMDA, and made to work within a particular MMDA. In addition, transfer stations are to be established in all MMDAs, which should facilitate expeditious waste collection and disposal. Assemblies that are yet to submit their locations must do so without fail by close of next week. Commercial vehicles will be expected to provide bins in their vehicles to stop passengers from throwing rubbish out of the windows. Rubbish collection in Accra is going digital. We have established, or rather we will establish call centers with 3 toll lines to receive calls, complaints from sanitation informants. Indeed, we are engaging the Attorney General to find a way to include community services and the sentencing regime to ensure that we do not congest the courts with sanitation issues. We are offering 2 months, or rather 3 months, moratorium for public education and mass sensitization after the project launch. Full operations, therefore, takes effect by the 1st of February 2022. Mr. President, we are making concerted efforts to green and beautify Accra. The Regional Coordinating Council is partnering Messrs. Mullen Law and Jandel Parks and Gardens, Forestry Commission, and the Regional Coordinating Council for the greening and beautification of open and public spaces within the city. We are starting with the major streets and roundabouts as iconic areas in Accra. Some of these are from Ayimensa to reach roundabout to the back of Novotel. From Kofi Annan International Peacekeeping Training Center to Accra Sports Stadium, Independence Square, AU roundabouts, Reach roundabouts, Dankwa Circle, Akufo-Addo roundabouts, etc., etc. Ladies and gentlemen, tricycles are causing a lot of nuisance on our highways, and in furtherance of the Motor Traffic Regulations LI 2180, and in line with our strategy, all tricycles, popularly known as Aboboya, will be restricted from using the major roads, highways, and principal streets in Accra. They will be expected to operate within their registered MMDAs. However, tricycles, next week we will be announcing measures to deal with that menace on the motorway.